What's up, fellow collectors? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be a curator today. Guys, more fun, more excitement here from the museum. Here on a Friday, guys. Got the coffee on, just hanging out down here in the museum. And we have some more fun Star Trek Playmates offerings for you today, guys. We have two. And one has been, I've been searching for both of these figures for a long time. I'm trying to build my Star Trek Playmates collection, or I should say continue to build it, because we have quite a few. But we got some more from one of my favorite places, Big Fun Toys in Columbus, Ohio. And I've been finding a ton of these fantastic figures down there at Big Fun. But this is the one that has really eluded me through the years. The Mr. Spock from the episode A Piece of the Action, where he's a 1920s gangster. And he go down to this planet that is basically a planet of gangsters. And they go down there and try to set things right. But to do that, they have to get into character. And we're looking at our Mr. Spock here with this fantastic outfit on. Got the pinstripe suit working. Red tie. Got the handkerchief right there. Brown shirt. You can see the hat up there. There's that machine gun, Tommy gun for all of my weapons experts. Double-breasted suit, too, by the way. And he's got black shoes on. You got to take my word for it. See if I can get down there. You can see down there. And he comes with a base behind him. And there's his, I'll lay him down here. Let me see. You can see up here. Sorry for the glare, guys. He's got his phaser and his communicator. There's the hat. Beautiful head sculpt here of Spock. Limited, only 5,000 made. Only 5,000 of these. And then over here, you have my Chekov in environmental suit. There was three. There was a Spock in environmental suit. You saw the video with my Captain Kirk in environmental suit, and you had Chekov. And this was a Target exclusive. Exclusive collector's edition, available only at Target. We'll get you some years on these figures, but I wanted to share these figures with you guys. It was my mission to add these figures the second that I knew of their existence. And he comes with his helmet, and I'll lay him down here. And you can see right up here, he has his, this glare is terrible. You see he comes with his phaser and his communicator as well. Just shot, there you go. Phaser and communicator right there, and there's the helmet over here on the other side. Chekov is another one of my favorites characters from the show. Silver shoes. Got the Starfleet base there that you can stand him on. And it's just, this suit is super cool. I actually have two of these. And one suit, the figure's perfect. Everything's perfect. It's sealed. everything. It's something about these suits, a reaction that they might have over time, that the silver coating of the suit will come off, and then you're left with the fabric that's underneath that suit. It doesn't bother me a whole lot because, like I said, that's a part of the aging process of these figures. Like I said, let's get you a year on our Chekov figure here. 1998. So what is that? 27 years. So after 27 years, even a figure that's mint in box, you're gonna see different reactions to the materials and things that were used to make these figures, especially the clothing and the fabrics and things of that nature. You're gonna see certain discolorations and things of that nature. So stuff like that. Somebody asked me that a while back. Did that really bother me as an M.I.B collector? And I say not really, because that's still a historical factor of these toys and the time period that these toys were made in. I'm quite certain that these figures are going to look a little different in the next 27 years. So that's just the whole process and cycle of time. But this figure is fantastic. If you have this figure, let us know in the comment section, guys, right underneath this video. Let's turn this guy around, and we'll get back to my my Spock. I'm trying to show some love to my my Chekov figure in environmental suit, because I'm so in love with my I call him my Gangster Spock, or Spocko, as Kirk referred to him in that episode, a piece of the action. So we'll get back to Spocko in a minute. But here's a blown out look of the back of the box. And you can see here Mr. Spock in his environmental suit. And Chekov is in his. There's some background history here on Chekov. And this is some of the things the stuff he comes with. Accessories: Starfleet action base, as seen in the Star Trek the originals from the episode The Tholian Web. Classic Starfleet communicator, personal communications transceiver and locator. And there's that famous weapon, the classic Starfleet phaser. I love those phasers. Personal issue defensive armament. And yes, this box is in sealed, perfect condition. And I didn't pay, I paid $15 for this. I'll get you a price on it. I paid $15. And there's our Kirk in his environmental suit. Now we're just going to add Spock. Beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. I love these figures. They say they're 9 inches tall. I want to say they're a little larger than that, a little taller than that. And here's the number on that. You can see how many they made of this particular figure, as opposed to our Mr. Spock. And let's slide these over a little bit. Our Mr. Spock here. Let's lay him down so you can see there's the phaser, communicator, like I said, there's the hat. There's that very beautiful head sculpt. I like to call it a Tommy gun. I saw one here where I live at, and at the exchange, and it's like somebody took him out the box and put him back in the box. So he was disheveled. He was missing his Tommy gun. He was not locked in. So this band right here that held him in place was gone. So like I said, he was all over the place, disheveled. And I could, yeah, you guys, you know me, I couldn't do it. I couldn't pull the trigger on that. And I went to Big Fun Toys and I found him. And I was so excited. Like I said, that made my whole trip right there, finding this figure, because that's how badly I wanted this figure. There's something about finding these figures out in the wild as opposed to going on eBay or Amazon and trying to track them down like that. It's so, I can't, any collector knows the feeling. It's a hard feeling to describe, but it's the satisfaction of finding a figure that you've been looking for a long time out in the wild. It's just fantastic. Just a great feeling. Let's turn our figure around here. Our Spock around here. Here's the back of the box here. Much like our Kirk, Gangster Kirk box here. He's got the machine gun. Put the hit on other bosses with this chopper. Starfleet communicator. Used the Fed blower to ring up the ship. Starfleet phaser. Anyone with this heater could be the boss. You know, a lot of these terms were used in the episode, which was really was really funny and cool at the same time. Starfleet action base. And Playmates did a fantastic job on these figures. All the Playmate Star Trek figures did a fantastic job on them. The likenesses, the outfits, everything, the weapons, accessories, you name it. Playmates presents 2 unique limited edition collectibles based on one of Star Trek's most popular episodes. A piece of the action is memorable for the 1920 Chicago mobster costumes worn by Kirk and Spock. These highly detailed, authentic fabric outfits are available for the first time anywhere. Only 5,000 each of these collectibles will ever be released. So get a piece of the action now. And there's our Captain Kirk, James T. Kirk, and our Mr. Spock. Let's get you a year on this here. 1996. So that makes it 29 years old. And here's our, and he's in fantastic condition. Nearly a 30-year-old figure. And the our Spock figure here, I paid $20. Let's see, what did we pay for our, was he $35? He don't feel like he was 30. He was a little more expensive. $35. Is it because the Spock figure is a little bit more difficult to find? And that's what happens with these figures. They go up in price, they go down in price, but for the most part, finding some of these figures are a little bit more difficult, especially when you're trying to pair them up and get the set. And that's what I was trying to do. Very difficult to get these figures and track them down. Because like I said, I've had opportunities in the past, but like I said, a lot of times the figures were disheveled, the boxes were damaged. You're looking at 2 pristine, practically C10 examples sitting before you here in the museum. Just a really cool figure. Guys, your thoughts. We want to hear it all, guys. Yeah, put Kirk back here. Your thoughts on both of these figures. your opinions. We want to hear it all. Do you have these figures? I know some of you guys have the entire collection. I have a long ways to go because there's a ton of these figures out there, and it'll take me probably a little bit longer because I'm trying to find them in a certain condition, which takes even longer. So just finding them is not enough. Finding them in the right condition on top of that makes all the difference for me. So, but that's the fun part about collecting, guys. Especially now we're going down the vintage route of collecting. Like I said, we're just doing basically all vintage collectibles here at the M.I.B Master Toy Museum now. Like I said, I always leave that 5% open where I might get a few modern pieces here and there, but for the most part, nearly 95% of the time, it's going to be vintage. 90s, 80s, 70s, early 2000s. So we have more fun on the way, guys. You know the routine. Stay safe. God bless. And keep collecting.